What's up, basketball fans? Welcome back to Basketball Convos. Today, we're on day 26 of our 30-day NBA 2024 offseason recap, and we're taking a look at the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks had a fantastic 23-24 season, finishing with a 50-32 record, which secured them the 5th seed in the ultra-competitive Western Conference. Led by the dynamic duo of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, the Mavs navigated their way through the playoffs and made it all the way to the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, they fell short against a dominant Boston Celtics team, losing 4-1 in the finals. But there's no doubt this Dallas team showed they have what it takes to compete for a championship, and they're ready to make another push this season. The Mavericks didn't sit idle after their finals appearance. They made some bold moves to keep improving. Let's start with the biggest one, Klay Thompson. In a surprising sign-and trade with Golden State, the Mavs brought in a sharpshooting veteran on a 3-year, $50 million deal. Klay Thompson is an elite floor spacer and a proven winner, and his ability to knock down shots from beyond the arc is going to fit perfectly alongside Luka and Kyrie. He's also a reputable defender, which will help bolster the Mavs on the perimeter. Even his steps had been slower as years came by, he's still an intelligent defender who can hold his ground. Having the chance to play a lot more at the 3 spot would help. The question is, can Thompson's addition bring a new dimension to this Dallas offense? With Luka and Kyrie's ability to create, having Klay roaming on the wing is a scary thought for any defense. Next up, the Mavs signed Naji Marshall to a 3-year, $27 million deal from the Pelicans. Marshall is a versatile forward who can defend multiple positions and brings a lot of energy off the bench. He's not a flashy name, but he's a great piece to have in the rotation, someone you can lean on to help facilitating the offense from the second unit. The Mavs also made a sneaky good trade for Quentin Grimes, acquiring him from the Detroit Pistons. Grimes is a young, up-and-coming 3-and-D player who can shoot from deep and hold his own defensively. If we compare Grimes and Hardaway, Grimes would be the one with more consistency in terms of shooting and defense. These moves all aimed at filling the void left by Derrick Jones Jr. Spencer Dinwiddie also reunited with the Mavs on a 1-year, $3.3 million deal after spending the short stint with the Lakers. His veteran presence and ability to score in isolation will give the second unit an extra boost. Dinwiddie's familiarity with the team and his knack for stepping up in big moments could be key this season. The Mavs did not grab any major players from the draft considering the low position. They ended up rounding up the training camp roster with a few two-ways and Exhibit 10s. Speaking of losses, the Mavs said goodbye to some key contributors. Josh Green, a solid defender and developing offensive piece, was traded to the Charlotte Hornets in the mega trade that landed Klay Thompson. Tim Hardaway Jr., who was one of their best scorers last season before getting injured, was traded to the Pistons. They also lost Derrick Jones Jr., an athletic wing defender, to the LA Clippers, which could hurt their perimeter defense. Additionally, role players like Greg Brown and Markieff Morris departed in free agency. While these losses sting, the Mavericks front office clearly believes the additions of Thompson, Marshall, and Grimes will more than make up for it. Now let's talk about what the Mavericks lineup is shaping up to look like for the 24-25 season. The starting 5 is one of the most exciting in the league. At point guard, you've got Luka Doncic, the heart and soul of this team. Luka is coming off another MVP-caliber season, and we all know how lethal he is with the ball in his hands. His playmaking and scoring ability make him one of the most dangerous players in the league. At shooting guard, Kyrie Irving is set to continue his role as Luka's backcourt partner. When Kyrie's locked in, he's an unstoppable offensive force. His ball handling, scoring, and ability to take over games in crunch time make this backcourt one of the most feared in the NBA. Kyrie also proved last season that he still have a lot in his tank. On the wing, Klay Thompson will step in as the starting small forward. While Klay has traditionally been a shooting guard next to Stephen Curry, his shooting and experience make him a great fit at the 3. Expect him to thrive in his catch-and-shoot role while also bringing leadership and championship experience to this roster. But it would just be weird to see him in a jersey not named Golden State. At power forward, the Mavs have P.J. Washington, who they traded for last season. Washington is a versatile forward who can score, defend, and rebound. He's not a superstar, but his ability to stretch the floor and contribute in multiple ways makes him a valuable piece in this starting lineup. His consistency would be key for the Mavericks to create offense outside of the two superstars. In the center spot, it's Daniel Gafford, a rim-running big who excels at protecting the paint and finishing around the rim. Gafford is an athletic presence in the middle, but he's still somewhat limited offensively. The Mavs will rely on their backcourt and wings to carry the scoring load. Looking at the bench, the Mavericks have a solid rotation. Spencer Dinwiddie will anchor the second unit with his playmaking and scoring ability. Quentin Grimes and Najee Marshall provide some depth on the wings, with Marshall offering defensive versatility and Grimes spacing the floor with his shooting. Maxi Kleber would still be favored by Jason Kidd anyhow, who provides rebounding and outside shooting at the power forward spot. Derek Lively might be exchanging minutes with Gafford most of the time. Both have similar games and are somewhat limited offensively. Lively would still need facilitation from guards to score on his rim running, but being younger and more fearless might eventually give him slight advantages to take over the starting spot. Dante Exum and Jaden Hardy will support the guard rotation, occasionally step and depends on different matchups. Kessler Edwards and Dwight Powell add some size and defense at the forward position, rounding up this well-balanced lineup with a mix of veteran experience and young talent. So, what can we expect from the Mavericks next season? First and foremost, the addition of Klay Thompson brings another lethal shooter to an already potent offense. Pairing him with Luka and Kyrie should open up the floor even more for this team, making them one of the top offensive units in the league. However, there are some concerns. Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively are limited offensively, which means the Mavs will have to rely heavily on their perimeter players for scoring. This could make them a bit one-dimensional if their outside shots aren't falling. Defensively, the loss of Josh Green and Derrick Jones Jr. could hurt their ability to guard elite wings, and that's something to keep an eye on. But with guys like Marshall, Grimes, and Thompson, they still have capable defenders who can help mitigate those losses. Overall, this team is built to win now, and with Luka and Kyrie leading the charge, the Mavericks could be seeing winning 51 games next season and be one of the top contenders in the West. Don't be surprised if they make another deep playoff run next season. And that's a wrap on the Dallas Mavericks offseason recap. Do you think the Mavs did enough to keep their competitiveness? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our Basketball Convos episodes. Bye for now.